This is Muse. It is an artist studio and collective that I founded a year and a half ago, mostly so that I, as an artist, could have a really thoughtful, creative space to work surrounded by other thoughtful, creative, cool people. So we have membership structure. People can come and leave their stuff and their works in progress, and that's everything that we're seeing around the wall. We're doing events here, art classes, and generally just a place to encourage creativity and a realistic career in the arts that's integrated into the lifestyle of people who live in this neighborhood. So it's convenient and can actually come and just focus on doing your best work. This is my studio space, although oftentimes I'll be out there working with everyone else because social that way. But this is where I keep most of my own work. And I guess we'll talk a bit about today, my body of work and who I am and why I'm working on things like this and what's up in this beautiful mess that is also like a peek inside my head. As we'll get into, a lot of what I do has to do with my heritage as a Syrian Jew, and it's like a reclamation effort trying to get closer to my heritage and perpetuate it and keep that kind of importance and focus on it going into the next generation, keeping it relevant and giving people a reason to stop and pause and think about these things, like where did I come from and how is that relevant in my life today? That is the basis point of why I work in Arabic and where all my work starts from. But for me, just because your art is about something good doesn't make it good. I think Jerry Saltz said that, really stuck with me. And I try now to not just rely on the fact that I'm a Jewish person using Arabic. Like, yes, for me it makes sense, and for other people it's confusing, and this leads to a lot of really great questions and discussions, and I love that. But for me, the core has to be that I'm making good work with it. This is part of a collection of phrases in Arabic. They're Judeo-Arabic, so it's specifically using a Jewish dialect that came from my community. I was fascinated by this whole collection that I stumbled on, written by, it was in a book by a community member, and it showed, oh, by the way, these are phrases we all used to use in Syria, and by now it's 100 years later, and everybody almost forgot about them. So I first started out with almost documenting them, but then making them fresh, so putting them into like a little bit more contemporary arrangements and like their artworks in their own right. And everything was really focused on my heritage as a Syrian Jew. But then when I started thinking about now that I have this skill in the Arabic calligraphy, which took many years to perfect, now what do I want to do with it that's based on my own personal experience? Because I want to put something out there that wasn't there before. So I love this project, and it's always ongoing for me in the background. But then when I started thinking about what was going on with me and kind of make something that'll be relevant and resonate with other people using my skills in Arabic calligraphy, I started this during COVID, where that was a time I think a lot of people had to really sit with their problems and confront them and be coming up against them all the time. And what I noticed is that once we all started getting together again, people really had this habit of only repeating their list of damages and problems and things that they went through. And I was really struck by the way that our problems can become us. And there's this like symbiotic relationship with almost a colonization and growth of our problems become us.
The inspiration behind this piece is show Mad Men. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It actually inherently is about Jewish identity. And it's about a time in America where so much was changing and so many people were trying to fit in. People were just trying to fit into the roles that they were given. And as an artist, it obviously, the show appeals to me from an aesthetic point of view, just because the set design and the costume design and the whole energy of the show is beautiful. But from a conceptual point of view, I think it appeals to me as a Jewish woman who tries to find identity in so many areas of her life. And, well, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but in the show, there's a lot of ideas behind that. And I'm doing a series on women in the 60s and trying to capture their expressions, their body language. So this is the second piece. It's very rough stages. I don't usually paint like this. It's not going to look like this, I promise.
Also, that's yours. That's piano one?
Yeah, this is a picture of my niece, my mom holding her while she's playing piano. I find that I do a lot of work based on relationships, and like I feel like I'm, as an artist, like super observant. I feel like every time I step away from a work, like this is mine as well, it's all about like different kinds of relationships, different kinds of people, plants, animals, that type of thing I find really interesting. The push, the pull. I don't find myself in this space working a lot on Jewish art, but I do feel like because I'm Jewish, inherently the themes underlying are religious and relationship-based. I was telling you earlier, like I worked a lot in my bedroom and it was really hard to be able to like detach from the work. If you're working right near your bed, it's hard to kind of rest and close it and like close all those tabs in your head. As Lenore was saying before, I work in graphic design. I kind of use this space like as a multi-space. It's an office for me as well as a studio after hours. So in the day I take clients, I take calls. It's nice to also not be working from home as well in that regard. It's good to like be in person to bounce off energies from different people.
So when you're painting, what kind of energy do you embody, or how do you get into the mood to paint? Do you listen to music? Do you have a ritual? Is there anything that you particularly love to do when you're in the zone?
To drown everything out and to kind of get in the zone is almost to turn your brain off. It's not to kind of tap into something, but it's to kind of go into a flow state where you're painting, you're creating, not based off anything you're thinking, just based off of intuition. I feel like my work shines the best when I'm making quick decisions off the cuff. So for example, this piece, the color kind of came out, like I wasn't even paying attention to what I was mixing. I was kind of just mixing, going, flowing, and this is what happened. And I like to have my subconscious make decisions of the work I'm doing and then see what that looks like after. It's almost like a study of what's going on inside my head without even realizing it. And you kind of step away and like, oh, okay. I think I see this place in 5 years being maybe double, triple the size. I feel like a lot of people are interested in learning about this place day by day. And the more we kind of like branch out and talk about it, the more people are surprised that it didn't exist before. I think it's really, really important for someone who works creatively to be in a creatively fluid space where they can talk to people amongst them, like share not only supplies, but ideas.
I just realized that having the experiences that I did in life and the knowledge of how such a space should be run, because I'm an artist, I know what I need as an artist and what I'd like to see happen. I said, let's just give it a shot and open a place like this and be the first place for adult art making in our community. And once that door is open, we'll see what comes through. So a year and a half later, I am really, really gratified to say we've got a robust membership. We have classes and tours that we do through Muse. Lay people and artists alike are enjoying coming in and engaging with the arts in this space. And it's really special to me and important because it's something that completely didn't exist at all in this whole neighborhood before. And I'm excited to see where it'll go from here. But for now, I'm also just really grateful to have this fun-filled, beautiful, happy place to come and work every day, surrounded by great people, and knowing that I'm providing that for other artists. Like, it's almost like the space that when I was first starting out, I wish I had had the opportunity to join. Knowing that I made that for other people makes me feel really good too.